Dear friends, today's lecture is based on chapter number 4, Fungi. This chapter includes general characteristics of fungi, economic importance of fungi, and classification of fungi proposed by Alexopoulos and Mims in 1979. Okay, the using these slides we can understand the position of fungi in kingdom Plantae, position of fungi in five kingdom system, then occurrence of the fungi, then its habit of the fungi, what is the cell wall composition, what is the reserve of food in fungi, the reproduction of fungi, the vegetatively, asexually and sexual reproduction, then alternation of generations in fungi, then economic importance and classification. These aspects are included in chapter number 4. First point regarding the general characteristics of fungi. Position of fungi in kingdom Plantae. According to traditional system of classification, fungi were classified under the kingdom Plantae. This kingdom Plantae having two largest divisions. One is the cryptogams, another one is a phanerogams. Cryptogamic plants are thalloid plants. So then non-flowering plants, they are thalloid and non-flowering, so that they can considered as lower plants. Phanerogams are higher plants. Their plant body well differentiated into true roots, stem and leaves, and they are flowering plants. So phanerogams are called as the higher plants. Division cryptogams further divided into three subdivisions: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Okay, Thallophyta means what? Thallo means related to thallus. Phyta means plant. Thallus bearing plants, thallophytes or thallophyta. Here three plant groups are included under thallophytes or thallophytic plants. First plant group is algae, second plant group is the fungi, and third plant group is the lichens. So this is the position of fungi in kingdom Plantae. This plant group fungi. The fungi are included under kingdom plant. According to traditional system of classification, the fungi are included under kingdom Plantae, division cryptogams, subdivision thallophyta and group fungi. Okay, so this is the position of fungi in kingdom Plantae. Then Professor R.H. Whitaker proposed his five kingdom system of living organisms. Now as you know that from 11th standard we should know this. We have know these five kingdoms. The first kingdom is the Monera, kingdom second Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. And according to its cell wall composition, according to its cell structure, according to its mode of nutrition and its multiplication, the Professor R.H. Whitaker separates five kingdoms from each other, and he put all fungi in separate kingdom as a kingdom fungi. And Professor R.H. Whitaker separate all fungi from the kingdom Plantae and put in the separate group as a kingdom. R.H. Whitakerने काय केलं? सगळे फंजाय किंगडम प्लॅन्टी मधून बाजूला केले आणि त्यांचा सेपरेट ग्रुप केला आणि त्याला काय नाव दिलं? किंगडम फंजाय. ओके, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू फाइव किंगडम सिस्टम, फंजाय आर स्टडीड अंडर separate kingdom as a kingdom fungi. Now the general characteristics of fungi. Fungus means it is a singular word. Fungus is the Latin word or Latin term. Fungus singular, fungi plural. एकवचन आणि अनेकवचन. Fungus is, fungi are. In English, fungi are called as mushrooms. In English, fungi are called as mushroom. And in Marathi, fungi are called as kavak or burshi. Kavak Shastra किंवा बुरशी शास्त्र. These are the two sciences of fungal studies according to Marathi language. Then according to Greek language or Greek term, mycus is the mushroom. Mycus means mushroom or mushroom means mycus. And according to Greek terminology, the one of the branch of fungi included under botany, that is the mycology. Mycology means it is a branch of botany which deals with study of fungi. Then mycologist. Mycologist means mycus means mushrooms and logos means study. The scientists engaged in study of fungi called as the mycologist. Mycology, study of fungi, and mycologist means the person who engaged in study of fungi called as mycologist. Then how we can define the fungi? First you know that they are plants, then you know that they are cryptogamic plants, then you know that they are thallophytic plants, and they are advanced than the algae and primitive than the bryophytes. Now you are very clear these characteristics according to previous two slides. Okay. Now definition of fungi is that here there are many definitions of fungi, but I am giving here a very simple definition. That is, the fungi are achlorophyllous and heterotrophic thallophytes. Fungi कसे आहेत? Achlorophyllous आहेत आणि ते कसे आहेत? Heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, achlorophyllous means without chlorophyll, without chlorophyllous, non-chlorophyllous, and heterotrophic. Heterotrophic is their mode of nutrition. Why they are heterotrophic? Because they are achlorophyllous. Due to achlorophyllous, they cannot synthesize their own food material, so they are heterotrophic. And thallophytes means thallus bearing plants. Then number of genera, 5,100 the number of genera of fungi now studied, and number of species studied is more than 50,000. आत्तापर्यंत अभ्यासलेले फंजाईचे नंबर किती आहेत? 5100 आणि स्पेसीज 50,000पेक्षा जास्त. ओके. देन ऑकरन्स or habitat or distribution of the fungi. Fungi are cosmopolitan in distribution and can occur in any habitat where life is possible. तिथं life शब्द पाहिजे होता, like झालं. Life is possible. Okay. म्हणजे cosmopolitan means they can grows everywhere, in soil, in water, on plant, in plant, on animal, in animal, okay, in air, means on glass, on leather material, on books, everywhere, on walls, moist walls, on tree trunks, everywhere they can grow. So they are considered as a cosmopolitan. They are universal in occurrence. They are globally in occurrence, and they occurs everywhere as a cosmopolitan in distribution. Then habit or plant body structure. According to their plant body, they considered as micellar fungi, means their vegetative structure is the mycelium. Then unicellular fungi, their vegetative structure is the unicellular thallus or a single celled fungi. Then plasmodial. Plasmodial means the fungi made by plasmodium. Okay. Now the first group is the micellar fungi. See there, the plant body of fungi typically consists of branched and filamentous hyphae, which form a network structure known as mycelium. Okay, vegetative structure means somatic structure. Vegetative structure of the fungus is the majority fungus of majority fungus fungi vegetative structure is the mycelium. Mycelium is nothing but the network of the hyphae. Hyphae considered as a fungal cells, and they are develops after the germination of fungal spores. When fungal spores germinates, the hyphae can develops, and when hyphae grows and its network like structure, its composite structure is formed, that network like structure and their union of hyphae called as the mycelium. ओके, इथं आपण हायपीला सेल म्हणून कन्सिडर करू शकतो आणि मायसेलियमला टिश्यू म्हणून कन्सिडर करू शकतो. यू सी इन द फोटोग्राफ्स mycelium look like a white cottony mass. So this is the mycelium grows on the different substrata as a white cottony mass. Okay, now this is the diagram of the one of the mushroom. The upper aerial part is the fruiting body and basal underground part is the mycelium, which is white and cottony in structure. Cottony means cotton like. Now the microscopic view of the mycelium. See here microscopic views of the mycelium. Hyphae or mycelium. Okay, aseptate and sinocytic. This mycelium is aseptate and sinocytic. Example is the lower fungi Mastigomycotina and Zygomycotina. Mycelium may be aseptate and sinocytic. Aseptate means sinocytic means sinocytic, one of the important term regarding the fungal mycelium. The mycelium is well developed, branched, aseptate is called as sinocytic mycelium. See this diagram. First is the septate mycelium, another one is the sinocytic mycelium. Well developed, branched, aseptate, multinucleate mycelium is the sinocytic. So this is the sinocytic mycelium. Example is the lower fungi Mastigo and Zygomycotina. Or another group is the septate. Okay, so see this is the septate mycelium. Okay, transverse walls are there. These transverse walls are called as the septa or singularly septum. Mycelium is septate and uni, bi or multinucleate. That mycelium may be uninucleated, binucleated or multinucleated. Example higher fungi Ascomycotina and Basidiomycotina. See here the first this diagram is the mycelium is well developed, septate, well developed, branched, septate and uninucleate. This mycelium is well developed, branched, septate and uninucleate. Again this is again also well developed, branched, septate and uninucleate. And here the same mycelium is there, well developed, branched, uninucleate and septate. Okay, so this is about the microscopic views of the mycelia. Mycelia, plural of the mycelium. The next slide. The some fungi are unicellular in nature. Unicellular means their vegetative structure is the unicellular. Entire thallus is made by the single cell. Such fungi are called as the unicellular fungi. Some fungi are unicellular. Their entire thallus structure is made by the single cell. Example is the yeast. So this is the yeast cell. Yeast cells are the microscopic and oval, so or somewhat circular. So these are the yeast cells. This is the yeast cell. Okay. So this is the this cell is considered as a vegetative structure of the yeast or Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the botanical name of the yeast. Then plasmodial fungi. Some fungi vegetative structure is the plasmodium. Plasmodium means here diagram the description is given. The member of division Myxomycota are commonly called as slime molds. The member of division Myxomycota means lower fungi. They are commonly called as slime molds. And slime molds vegetative structure is the plasmodium. Their vegetative structure is the plasmodium. Plasmodia plural of plasmodium. Plasmodia are always attached to the vegetative structure. Okay, so they are always attached to their substratum. Their substratum may be wood logs, leaves, dry branches or soil. Okay, they are attached to their substratum. Then plasmodium, how you can define plasmodium? Plasmodium is naked. Why naked? Because a cellular structure. It do not having the prominent cell wall. Then it do not having the prominent structure, prominent shape. So it is a amoeboid. Plasmodium is naked. Why? Because it do not having prominent cell wall. So it is a cellular structure. Then it is amoeboid structure. It do not having particular size, shape or structure. Then multinucleate. Many nuclei are present in the plasmodium and each nucleus is the diploid. Okay. So vegetative structure of fungus maybe three types. Majority fungi are micellar. Example is the all higher fungi, all Eumycota fungi. Okay. Some fungi are the unicellular. Example is the yeast. Yeast is also higher fungi, but their vegetative structure is the single cell. And some fungi vegetative structure is the plasmodium. Example is the all slime molds, all Myxomycota members. So these are the some photographs of the plasmodium, how they are attached to their substratum. Okay. Then just we have observed that fungi are septate. Septa means the transverse wall present in the hyphae. That transverse wall is called as septum, plural septa. What is the use of this septum? This septum useful to transfer the water, minerals and food material from one cell to nearby cells. एका सेल पासून दुसऱ्या सेल पर्यंत जशी गरज आहे त्यानुसार वॉटर, मिनरल, फूड मटेरियल सप्लाय करायचं, पास करायचं काम कोण करतंय तर दिस हायपी. ओके. इन फर्स्ट photograph two types of hyphae are given. Two types of septa are given. Septa, first septum is the septum having the simple pore. Simple pores. Pore means chidra, small hole. That pore is useful for cytoplasmic, water, mineral and food material exchange. And second diagram is of dolipore septum. And at the tip of the septum, they are look like a one end of the dumbbell. Dumbbellच्या एका end सारखे आपल्याला तसे दिसतात. So that is the dolipore septum. Now this is the second sky colored diagram is which shows the microscopic view of this septum. For in A diagram there is a simple pore of the septum, and in B diagram that is the dolipore septum. Simple pores is the common pore in fungal mycelium. Dolipore septum is present in the Basidiomycotina fungi. Okay. Then another characteristics of the fungi. Cells are typically eukaryotic. Like a green plants, like a higher plants, the fungi are eukaryotic in nature. They having prominent cell wall, they then having cell membrane, then having prominent nucleus, nucleolus, cell organelles. They are going in mitosis, meiosis, These are the typical characteristics of eukaryotic cells, and fungal cells shows all these characteristics, so they are typically eukaryotic in nature. Then cell wall composition is the chitin. Chitin is the cell wall composition. It is also called as fungal cellulose. Then reserve or stored food. In fungal cells, reserve food is the glycogen and oil globules. Glycogen and oil globules is the stored or reserve food in the fungal cells. Then mode of nutrition in the fungi. Mode of nutrition is the heterotrophic. Why heterotrophic? Heterotrophic means what? In Marathi it is called as parajivi. Okay. Why heterotrophic? Because fungi are achlorophyllous. Due to achlorophyllous, they are non-photosynthetic, so that they cannot synthesize their own food material. So that these fungi depend upon the ready-made food material. त्याच्यामुळे त्याला रेडीमेड फूड मटेरियलवर अवेलेबल राहावं लागतं. सो फंजाई मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इज द हेटेरोट्रॉपिक. This heterotrophic mode of nutrition further divided into parasitic, saprophytic, symbiotic and phagotropic mode of nutrition. We will see one by one. First is the parasitic mode of nutrition. First point, those fungi obtain their nutrition from the other living plants or animals known as parasites. Parasitic fungi are totally dependent on their hosts for their nutrition. Parasitic fungi हे लिव्हिंग ऑर्गॅनिझमवर वाढतात आणि त्यांच्यापासून काय घेतात तर न्यूट्रिशन ॲब्सॉर्ब करून घेतात. These parasitic fungi further categorized as obligate parasites and facultative parasites. Obligate means compulsorily and facultative means partially. Obligate parasites means what? These fungi can live only on living protoplasm and they are known obligate parasites. काय करतात ते? They can only grow on the living hosts for their nutrition. Without host they cannot survive. Without living host they cannot survive. So they are called as obligate means compulsory, mandatorily. They are mandatory parasites. Compulsory parasites means obligate parasites. They can only grow on the living hosts. Then facultative parasites. Facultative parasites means parasitic, their meaning is that parasitic fungi can also grow on dead organic material in absence of living host, and then they are known as facultative parasites. Example, Ustilago. Okay, facultative parasites means basically they are parasites, no doubt. If they cannot get their proper host, they are ready or they can survive in the environment up to getting their particular hosts. हे फॅकल्टेटिव्ह म्हणजे काय? ते पण पॅरासाइट आहेतच, त्यांना लिव्हिंग होस्ट लागतोच, पण एखाद्या वेळेस त्यांना लिव्हिंग होस्ट जर अवेलेबल झाला नाही तेव्हा लिव्हिंग होस्ट त्यांचा अवेलेबल होईपर्यंत वातावरणामध्ये तग धरून स्वतःचं अस्तित्व टिकवून राहतात. दे आर कॉल्ड ॲज फॅकल्टेटिव्ह पॅरासाइट्स. कंपल्सरी पॅरासाइट म्हणजे काय? खाईन तर तुपाशी नाहीतर उपाशी. फॅकल्टेटिव्ह काय म्हणेल? तूप नसेल तर मला तेल चालेल, डालडा चालेल, आणि ज्यावेळेस तूप मिळेल त्यावेळेस मी ते तूप खाईन. ओके. देन सॅप्रोफायटिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन. These fungi obtain their nutrition from the dead decaying organic matter. Example, mucor and rhizopus. Saprophytic fungi can grow on dead and decaying organic material, and their mycelium is absorptive, and that their mycelium absorb the carbon content as a source of food material from the डेड अँड डिकेईंग डिटेरिओरेटिंग ऑर्गॅनिक मटेरियल. हे कशा ऑर्गॅनिक वेस्टवर सगळं वाढतं, त्यांना ते डिटोरिएट करतं आणि त्यातलं कार्बन कंटेंट फूड मटेरियल म्हणून ॲब्सॉर्ब करून घेतं. सो दिस इज द ग्रुप ऑफ सॅप्रोफायटिक फंजाय अँड देअर मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इज द सॅप्रोफायटिक. Then symbiotic mode of nutrition. Okay, some fungi grow on other living organisms and both are mutually benefited. Such an association is known as symbiosis. Lichens and mycorrhiza are common examples of symbionts. Symbiont means their mode of nutrition is the symbiotic, and that organisms are called as symbionts. Symbiotic means mutual. When any living organism associated with the fungi, when any living organism associated with fungi, and from that association fungi as well as that living organism both get the mutual benefit, both get the benefit from their union, from their association, that association is called as symbiotic association. Lichen is the most common example of symbiotic association. Lichen is nothing but it is the structural and functional combination of algae as well as the fungi. The algae involved in the lichen, they are unicellular. The fungi involved in the lichen, basically they are heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Fungi involved in the lichen unable to synthesize its food material, but algae involved in the lichen, they are able to synthesize food material, but they required shelter, they required structural framework, they require mechanical support as they are unicellular. So this in this way, when unicellular algae and fungi they united and form the new thallus, that is the lichen. In this association, fungi provide structural framework to the algae, so that algae, unicellular algae, can easily survive in the adverse environmental condition, and instead of this, algae provide food material to the fungal partner. So in lichen thallus, algae and fungi are both partners, and from that association both get the benefit from each other. Okay, so that is the symbiotic association. Next aspect is the phagotrophic mode of nutrition. This phagotrophic mode of nutrition like a animals, like a protozoas. So in the diagram the acellular mass or naked mass of protoplasm, plasmodium is given. So this phagotrophic mode of nutrition always present in the plasmodial fungi. Plasmodial fungi means slime molds, means myxomycota fungi. Their vegetative structure is the plasmodium. Plasmodium is a naked, it is a acellular, it is a amoeboid, it is a multinucleated, each nuclei is are diploid. Okay, so these are the some important characteristics of plasmodium. And their plasmodial that plasmodium plasmid material having ability of rhythmic movement. Rhythmic movement म्हणजे जागेवरनं असं हालचाल करण्याची त्यामध्ये काय ॲबिलिटी असते, जागेवर जास्त लांब जाऊ शकत नाही ती. So see here in the photograph, the food material is placed near the plasmodium. In second diagram, the plasmodium try to capture the food material. In third diagram, plasmodium further continue in the capturing the food material. In last diagram, food material is totally captured by the plasmodium and coming inside the plasmodium. Okay, that is called as the mechanism of taking such food material is engulfation. Engulfation means गिळंकृत करणे, गिळणे. how the animals are engulf the food material. Like that, this plasmodia engulf the food material which is present nearby their plasmodium. प्लाझ्मोडियमच्या अगदी जवळ फूड मटेरियल असेल तर त्याला ते एनगल्फ करता येईल. अन्यथा लांब असेल एक 10-12 सेंटीमीटर तर त्याला ते घेता येणार नाही. अगदी जवळ असेल एखाद्या सेंटीमीटरच्या ठिकाणी तर ॲट दॅट टाइम दिस प्लाझ्मोडिया हॅव्हिंग ॲबिलिटी टू एनगल्फ दॅट फूड मटेरियल. ओके. आता हे एनगल्फशन म्हणजे कसं, ते प्लाझ्मोडियम फूड मटेरियल गिळतं आणि म्हणजेच फूड मटेरियल कसं स्वतःला अवेलेबल करून घेतं हे तुम्हाला ह्या डायग्रामवरून लक्षात आलेलं आहे. सो देर आर 4 टाइप्स ऑफ मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इन द फंजाय. फर्स्ट वन इज द पॅरासायटिक, second one is the saprophytic, third one is the symbiotic, and last one is the phagotropic mode of nutrition. Okay, in case of parasitic, saprophytic and symbiotic, the mode of taking the food material, action of the mycelium is the absorption. Actual mechanism is the absorption, but in case of phagotropic mode of nutrition, mechanism of taking the food material is engulfation. हे काय करतात तर एनगल्फ करून स्वतःचं फूड मटेरियल अवेलेबल करून घेतात. सो दिस इज अबाउट द पोजिशन ऑफ फंजाय in kingdom plantae according to traditional system of classification. Then position of fungi in 5 kingdom system, then distribution of the fungi, then the habit of the fungi, vegetative structure of the fungi, and many more characteristics regarding vegetative structure and mode of nutrition of the fungi. Okay, so we can stop here. In next lecture we will study the reproduction of the fungi, reproduction and classification of the fungi. Thank you.